Hello everyone, welcome to Introduction to Python, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about the for loop. So in Python the for loop has a very different structure or syntax in comparison to other languages C, C++ or Java. So in Python it has syntax like for keyword, then you can write any variable name here, then you have to write a membership operator in, then we can write a object. This object must be a sequence or iterable object, and in Python we have three kinds of sequential objects like list, then another one is the tuple, and another one is the string. So we can use any one of them, either list, tuple or string, or any iterable object. That means the object which can have more than one element, and the elements of that objects are form a particular order. So the elements of this object is assigned one by one to this variable, and this variable is again checked whether this is the member of this object or not using this in keyword. So obviously is going to be true, so if this statement will be executed. Let's see an example of for loop. In this example I have taken a list which has four elements 10, 20, 30 and 40, and here I am writing for a in L print a. So the elements of the list are assigned one by one to this variable a. So first 10 will be assigned to this variable a, and this line will be gets executed, which is inside this for loop. So first line will print value 10, then 20 will be assigned to this variable a, so 20 will be printed. Next 30 will be assigned, so 30 will be printed, and next 40 will be assigned to this variable a, so it will be printed. Now there are no more elements left in this list, so this for loop will now terminate. That means now this print statement will not execute anymore. So basically it works by assigning one element to this variable which is written after the for keyword, and then we just check whether this variable is the member of this object or not, which is going to be true. So this for loop will run till it has elements, and it will stop working if there are no more elements left. So in Python for loop has a very odd syntax. It has a else statement as an optional statement. So the complete syntax of the for else statement would be like this. In this case I have taken a list D which has again four elements, and I have written for I in D print I then else, which is the part of this for loop. So don't confuse with the if else. It is not the wrong syntax, it is a very correct statement, and this else will execute only and only when this for loop terminates normally. That means all the elements of the object has been assigned to this variable I, and there is no elements have been skipped using break statement or other methods. So in this case first 10 will be assigned to this variable I, so the output of this line is going to be 10. Then 20 will be assigned to this variable I, so the next line output will be 20. Next 30 will be assigned to this variable I, so the third line output will be 30, and finally 40 is going to assign to this variable I, so 40 will be gets printed, and there are no more elements left, and this for loop has been terminated normally. So this else part will be executed, that means this line will be printed as it is, so the output will be no items left. So that's how the Python works, and in Python it has a for and else concept. While working with the for loop, we often use the range function. So range function generates a sequence of integer numbers which starts generally from 0 if you do not provide the start value. So in this case the start value is going to be 0 and it will produce 10 elements which are going to be 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9. So the elements of this sequence is going to be assigned to this variable I one by one, and you can execute them. That means here I am printing the variable I, that means 0, 1, 2 up to 9 will be printed as it is. And finally this for loop has been terminated normally without any break statement. So this else part will also execute it. That means no item left. This message will also displayed here. So let's see an example of break statement. In this case I have taken a condition if I equals to 5, and if it is going to be true then we will break our loop. So in this case I have written for I in range 10. So this range function will generate a sequence of elements that are integers from 0 to 9, that is 10 elements, and one by one each element are assigned to this variable I. And when this variable is going to be equal to 5, so we will break this print, we will break the for loop. So we will get the output first as a 0 because 0 is assigned to this variable I and 0 is not equals to 5. So we will print this variable, that means 0 is printed. Similarly 1 will be get printed, similarly 2 will be printed, 3, 4 will be printed, and as soon as the value of I becomes 5, so this condition is going to be true, 5 equals to 5. So we will execute the break statement which will break the for loop flow. So we'll jump out this for loop, and this else part will be not executed because we have break the loop using a break keyword. So the final answer of this code will be 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The for loop can work with the string also. So let's take an example. For I in, let I write some string object here, hello, and then put a colon. Then I am printing the variable I. So in this case I am going to be the answer of this statement is going to be HELLO in each character string in next line. So that is the output. So in Python we can use any iterable object, that means we can use a list, tuple or string.